Caitlin Clark reminded everybody who she is in the Fever win over the Wings in what was a blowout victory. One where Clark didn't even shoot the ball well again, but she completely dominated the game and shows the difference between her and everyone else through her playmaking.
Now pause for a second. This is the part where you realize the league. Mytov made its biggest mistake by trying to hold Clark back. Imagine recruiting a Formula 1 driver and telling her to ride a tricycle for half the season. Well, guess what? She just broke the training wheels off.
Hey, Caitlin Clark said, folks, forget what she's talking about. Today, I'm going to run the show. Today, I'm going to control the pace. Today, I'm going to dictate how this team plays basketball. And in the first half, we saw exactly that. Natasha Howard running the floor. Yeah, you heard that correct. Natasha Howard running the floor. Yeah, I should. Folks, fans have a voice. Sometimes when the noise gets too loud and they're tired of hearing from it, they say, let's just buy in a little bit. Let's let Caitlin Clark be Caitlin Clark. Let's not pull the reins back too much. And in that first half, we saw exactly that.
Quick legal insight. When a team releases a veteran like Bonner mid-season, it's not just about stats, it's about team chemistry and contract management. In the WNBA, buyouts and waivers happen fast when a player's fit becomes more of a liability than their talent can justify. The Fever didn't just cut Bonner, they cut tension.
That's what we're talking about when we are referring to Caitlin Clark running the show. Caitlin Clark running the offense, being the innovator of offense, the distributor of offense for the Indiana Fever. This is exactly what we mean right here. This game was an absolute blowout. Dallas Wings didn't know what hit them. Everybody ate in this game.
Question for you, watching. Can team culture really change that fast? Or is this just a hot streak? Drop your take in the comments, because right now, the Fever are acting like they found the cheat codes to team bonding overnight.
So, Indiana Fever just released her, cut their losses, right? And I hear these analysts saying stuff like, they should have held out for a trade, or I wish they had got a trade for her. She was literally untradeable. Right? Like, what team would give up any of their core players for a player that's past their twilight? They picked up R.A. McDonald, or re-signed R.A. McDonald, who we all saw was a spark plug just a couple weeks ago. She's an upgrade compared to DeWanna Bonner.
Did you catch that subtle shift? Clark's no longer just on the team, she is the system now. And when teammates finally trust the point guard to run the offense, that's when basketball turns from checkers into chess. Your move. Rest of the WNBA.
Because we've seen a huge change. We've seen a huge change from the Indiana Fever over the last 6 quarters. And especially in the fourth quarter, in the Dallas Wings game. And there were 2 players in particular that I have said their style of play, regardless of how they're playing, is not going to work long term. And those 2 players had unbelievable games.
So let's talk leadership styles for a second. Some players bark orders, others lead by example. But Sophie Cunningham, she's doing both while lighting the building on fire. Literally the kind of energy that either wins championships or ends up in a 30 for 30 feet documentary. We'll find out which one soon.
This team is like a sorority group. I'm not joking. They are so closely bonded, like the energy that all of them have with each other. There is not like where you see and someone looks a little disconnected. This is literally the most tight-knit team. I'm telling you, I actually think all the discourse or the people trying to create discourse offline or outside the locker room only makes them tighter. And throughout the training session, I saw multiple times where they were like laughing and mucking around and just completely like high-fiving and actually speaking of the high-five.
Did you catch that subtle shift? Clark's no longer just on the team, she is the system now, and when teammates finally trust the point guard to run the offense, that's when basketball turns from checkers into chess. Your move. Rest of the WNBA.
It was probably the standout play in the game, in my mind. Clark with the big-time rejection near the rim, and then the get-ahead pass to Sophie Cunningham, touchdown. And Sophie Cunningham has come into her own as of late. But it's just beautiful. Get it out. Get it up. bucket. And, that's just something others cannot.
Okay, let's get bold. Can the Fever actually make a championship run this year? Are we witnessing a Cinderella story, or just a mid-season glow-up type title run, if you believe? Or not yet, if you're still skeptical? Either way, Clark's rewriting the script and she's only getting started.
Alright, everyone who said that the Fever play better without Caitlin Clark, come to the front because I'm going to slap you in the face. Fever just won 102-89 against the Dallas Wings. Congratulations to Fever. They killed it with their old and trusty playbook of just rim running. And Dallas Wings, Chris Koklanis, have you never seen a Fever game before? They're fast in transition, huge with the long bombs. Caitlin Clark is there. Run to the other side quickly. That's where they got the majority of their points. Poor Paige Beckers. You're such a huge talent, and you're just drowning with this terrible coaching. It breaks my heart, but it was an incredible game until the last quarter when it was very clear that the Fever would take it.
Caitlin Clark now has the 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA. The 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA. And we're only in year 2. And we've missed half the season so far. Oh, no. Oh, that record's going to be broken any day now.
Even with their actual coaches and their training staff. Like, I've got some awesome videos of Keith training, like KK training dancers, and you will see that they're laughing and they're having a good time. And I just think that is like the energy that you want, right? You want to create a locker room where it feels like family and you have each other's back no matter what. And noise gets loud and noise gets disruptive, but as long as you can stay together closely knit, then you can drown that out. I genuinely feel that.
The shooting's not there yet, but that will come. But being a playmaker is more than just scoring the ball, and dropping 13 dimes and getting 5 steals is amazing work. I mean, look at this dime, full court pass. This is incredibly hard. If you haven't ever played basketball, this pass to Cunningham is so hard. And she was doing this all game. Here's another one in the fourth quarter to Kelsey Mitchell for an easy layup. With CC back in the lineup, this Fever team is starting to click, and they are becoming a force. They have 2 key games before the All-Star game, and I think if they can win both of those, this team's going to be right in there for the second half of the season.
Clark, after the game, was talking about how so many different players were in double figures. I mean, Kelsey Mitchell, another awesome game. 8 of 12 from the floor, 20 points. Natasha Howard, 18 points, 8 of 9 from the floor. I was critical of Natasha Howard in the last game. Got to give it up when it's due. If she can come into her own with Clark on the floor, that's a whole different ballgame. Aaliyah Boston, 17 points. Clark was the 4th leading scorer with 14 points. Sophie Cunningham had 13 points off the bench. 102 points scored for the Fever.
All right, guys, this game got real crazy. But let me tell you, 64 points by the Fever, and it's all because of that lady right there walking off the court, Caitlin Clark. Look, now you got 3 players in double figures. You got Howard, you got Mitchell, but you got her assists. She got her assists, man. She should have had 10 assists already, bro. Dantes fumbling the bag, Kelsey Mitchell eating and wide open layup. Bro, messing up her stats. But anyway, but she got 10 points, yo. That's pretty good in the first half. Plus a whole bunch of assists. She got 7 assists.